Hi, Elvira.explores is back on the channel. It's been like 3 months or something. I'm so sorry. It's been like super crazy in my life and it's a massive ups and downs, a roller coaster out of this, like I cannot like handle it. Okay, I'm getting snuggly up in here, like it's super chilly here in Norway, especially like where I live. Like, no. Okay, what we're actually going to talk about is a really rough topic, especially like for me it's a really sensitive topic. It goes right, it like goes straight into my heart. It like hits where it hurts the most. Like a really sensitive personal subject to me, but we need to talk about it. And I know if it can help somebody, it's totally worth it. So the topic is basically like I want to talk about signs that one of your loved ones are suicidal. I got a few notes on my phone, so I know where like to begin and like what to talk about throughout this video. And I really hope that after hearing all of these signs, like from my personal experiences and knowledge, that it will be helpful for you, even though if you're so suicidal yourself or you know someone that maybe you suspects are suicidal, like maybe this will help you. So my first note here is like isolation. Basically what I mean is like when your loved one is like isolating themselves from all of the people around them, like their family and friends and everything, like keeping everyone away from them as much as possible and not letting anyone in, like especially not actually telling them how they're actually feeling on the inside. For example, for some people it's that bad that they cannot like go to school, they cannot go to work, or they're not able to do the things they were able to do before. That something actually has changed in their life. They feel that bad that they cannot even go to work or go to school. But don't get me wrong, some people are able to go to school and work, but still can feel suicidal. That's a really important thing to get across here. That's some people are able to do a lot even though they are really depressed and down and suicidal. Like depression and being suicidal is like oftentimes hand in hand. That it begins with with many people it begins with an depression and it is over time it turns into them being suicidal. Like they feel like it's no way out of their pain, that they need to like escape their pain. So the next point is like lack of interest in activities and hobbies they used to love. For example, it could be dancing or some other type of sports, maybe football and handball. Like maybe they used to love yoga, or they maybe used to love to draw or paint or knit something or make something in general, being creative. If they like suddenly like are not even able to do those things they used to be like so passionate about, then I will be like seeing that as a really big red flag. That's something could be up in their life, that they maybe they are suicidal, maybe it's something else, maybe they're just like having a breakdown or something. But that could be a really big flag right there. For example, I can use one example when it comes to myself, which is like it's ill to talk about myself maybe, but I used to love to dance back in middle school, and I cannot say like I had the greatest time in middle school because I didn't. But when I got in high school, I like completely fell into the worst depression of all time. I was not even able to take proper care of myself, and my family was really worried about me, and I wasn't even able to go to dance anymore. Like I wasn't even enjoying dance anymore because I was feeling that bad about everything. I tried dancing a little bit, but I was that unmotivated when it came to the activity about dancing that I wasn't even able to do it, and it took like a really long time for me to even be able to dance again, because the depression was like killing me inside, and I don't want that for anybody. It's like the worst thing ever to be feeling that bad, and not even the activities you used to love, that they are not even like valuable enough anymore. They're like, you you don't have the energy to do them anymore. You're like not motivated. You're not feeling any excitement about it anymore. It's so damn depressing. So the next interest is like spontaneous risky behavior, and that's a really big flag. Like, for example, maybe your friend is like suddenly going out going out doing some stuff that like actually are life threatening, like for example driving fast, driving while they're before they've been driving while drinking, or um, picking fights with people, like always seems to be like trying to find someone to fight with, if that makes sense. Maybe they like in general like do something that puts their life in danger. That's one of the reasons can be that like they don't feel that their life is matters anyways, so they are not afraid to be put in those situations anymore, because they don't care if they live or die. That's like, it's really really crazy to say it, but it's actually like a real thing, and I can relate to it a lot, because when I was a young teenager, I ended up like um, hanging out with people like that actually like did drive while they had drink while driving. That I didn't always knew about it, but it was really risky and it was really dangerous, and it could like really it could have like fucked everything about my life. But I took the risk, and it was like, if I really like cared about my life, I would have like never taken that risk. It's like not worth it. Like today I would like never do it. Like I got so much to live for. So the mind is like on two different planets here, right? And what other type of risk behavior can I mention here? Like for example that I suddenly like start drinking drugs, and I start hanging out with friends that like are doing really risky things, dangerous things that are like that I have never done before. If your friend is doing that, or the family member is suddenly like hanging out with really shady people, maybe possibly they are actually suicidal and you don't know about it. Crazy, right? Okay, next point is, okay, this kind of like some of the things I already like mentioned. The thing about that actually like is kind of a little bit hand in hand with risky behavior and stuff, but basically self-harm, and can be to be abusing alcohol or drugs, and like maybe cutting themselves or burning themselves, like hurting themselves in general. It can be like they, for example, like have sex with a lot of people for self-harm reasons. That this is actually like a thing that not many people talk about, but it's actually something that some people actually do, that they go out of their way to be intimate with someone, but with an intention to hurt themselves, because they hate themselves that much, or they hate their life that much. And but it could also be not necessarily only that, but maybe in some cases it's like they do the internet things with several other people, because it's like when you're feeling that down, that they it's like the easy one of the easiest ways to feel a little more uplifted or like more calm, and then I feel like something better is happening in your life, even though it's toxic to them, that it actually like brings them more down when they're like that low in life. Okay, no, my next point is joking about suicide or asking questions relating suicide. That's another sign that someone maybe is suicidal. And when it comes to joking about suicide, it can be like super silly, like, oh, I just want to go hang myself today, or something like that, or oh, I feel so damn I can just go and kill myself today, or like it can be a dozen jokes about suicide, but like joking about suicide can like in some cases mean that they actually like have that it actually like crossed their mind, that they may be like thinking about it. It doesn't necessarily need to be that, but it could be a sign. And if they're like asking questions about suicide, like how would you want to like end your, how is the best way to end your life, and or what are the least painful ways to kill myself, and like how do I get a gun, and how do I get these pills, or it can be a dozen questions relating that. You need to listen to your loved ones, like you really need to listen, because if you aren't, you're maybe gonna regret it for your entire life. And when it comes to that stuff, sometimes oftentimes we don't really take people that serious, and it's really sad, and it's really a taboo topic, but we need to talk about this. I'm not joking, this is not a joke. It's real life, and it affects people all over the globe. So that's why I'm being the person sitting and I'm actually talking about it. I'm not scared to talk about it. For me, it's like one of like my hard cases, and I know if it can change someone's life, that I'm actually like speaking my mind about this. It can be worth it if it helps one or a few people at least, right? So okay, next topic is drastic change in behavior. It can be like that maybe they used to be like the best student in school, and everyone used to be like, oh my god, oh she's like so sweet, and she's like acting only on her best behavior at all times. But then everything changes, and she's like separating herself from the entire environment at the school, and she's like seeming like a little bit off, and she's like isolating herself, and she's like her grades is like dropping, and maybe she's like not attending that much of school anymore. Like everything it changes around in life. Maybe she's like stops doing some of the activities that she used to do. It's stuff like that you have to take in consideration, that maybe something mentally is not right in her life, or him for that matter. But this is just an example. So you maybe you have like seen anything like this in your school, or in your family, that something is like different now, like really drastically, and in some cases it can be dangerous, because these things can like change really fast. Okay, on the next point. Okay, if they are giving away precious belongings, or giving away precious belongings, maybe they suddenly like gave away their favorite vinyl or favorite music in general, or some of the clothes they used to like love to wear all the time, or the books they really enjoyed to read previously, or just their most precious belongings. If they're like suddenly like it starts giving that away, that can be like for their themselves to feel like it's not they are still, even though they're planning on ending their life, that they want still to be kind of helpful for their loved ones. They're giving something before they're going away, if that makes sense. And another thing that goes along with this is if they suddenly is like wanting to write a testament or like a will, and they actually have, I know that in Norway I think they actually have to have two witnesses that has actually read the testament or the will of the person, and to sign under. And if you like experience this, like someone is like suddenly really into like, okay, I need to do this now, I'm just signed here, right? Then that maybe gives you, maybe that could give you like a reason to be concerned about it. Maybe something is up, because they want to make sure before they're going that the things they actually belong goes to the right people, and that they have done what they can do before they are walking out of life. That's a really crazy thing, right? But it can happen. It can happen. Even just mentioning it can be a sign in itself. Okay, I could like talk for real long about this, but okay, I'm gonna end with one more sign. Being secretly about their personal life, telling very little about their life in general, like what's really going on in their life. For example, maybe they're like not actually like how I'm going to tell this. They can be like seeming like everything is okay, but then they're like actually maybe they like kind of mention that something is up, like something is bad happening in life, but that they keep just telling really silly reasons for why they're feeling bad, even though these stuff are like normal things, right? But they are like maybe they're too afraid to tell what actually is happening in their life, that they are so worried. Some people get very suicidal if they are in an abusive relationship, for example, which is really scary, because a lot of the times they keep a lot of the pain on what's actually happened to them for themselves, and when they're like maybe like like seeming really negative about stuff, they're like selling, oh, this is negative, this is bad, but they're not actually like telling about the abusive relationship in themselves, and they're just keeping that part to themselves, and that's really scary though, because then I think that can be like totally ruining them internally, for sure. That like they try as hard as they can to keep this big secret for themselves, but at one point they like cannot handle it anymore, and for some people it gets to that point that the only way out for them, because they like are not able to like leave the abusive partner, they feel like they have to like actually like kill themselves to actually like escape the pain and the misery in the life. So that's actually like really depressing to say, but for some people it's like that. And so I can like tell about a lot of signs for that someone is actually in an abusive relationship, but that has to come in another video for another time. So, but you know, like, even though maybe you know someone with one or several of these signs, it doesn't necessarily mean they're suicidal, but it could be signs that they are. We need proper communication. We need to be better with like asking how our loved ones is actually doing, and only like smiling to strangers at the streets. For what we know, that they can, for them that could have made their day if you smile to them, right? And like being nice to people, being more open and gentle, and more like letting people into your life without being so scared all the time. Taking care of each other, like the small things matter in the long run. I totally believe that one person can make a big difference for one or several people in their lives. So I don't know what to say in the most generous way possible, but I'm trying. I really hope this video like helped you in one way or another. I know it's a bit long. If you want part 2, please comment below that you want part 2 about me talking about this specific topic, or maybe you want me to talk about something else, about mental health and serious topics like this, or something else, or just say what you thought about the video, and maybe you got to know some other signs you want to share with me, and maybe share some of your experiences or whatever you want. Show me love, show me hate, I don't care, just do what you really want, like I can handle it. I'm really grateful if you watched my video so far, and this topic is like super important to me. Be nice to each other, remember to tell the ones you love that you love them, hug them, show care for them, being there for them, spending time with them, and remember, like, your life is worth living. Yes, it may not seem it like that always, but sometimes we need other people to like remind us of the value of living in this life, and why and we need to find the value of living within ourselves as well. It takes time, but I found my purpose in some way, and I'm super happy about it, that it has actually changed into this way. So follow me on Instagram, Elvira.explores, and follow me on Facebook as well if you want to. My Facebook page, I will like keep updates in all my news Facebook videos. No, not Facebook videos, but like my YouTube videos and everything. And feel free to message me there or on Instagram or whatever you want. And I hope you all have a wonderful day or night or whatever time it is when this is posted, and where you are living in the world when you're watching this. Thank you for watching.